Hi, today we're going to look at growing potatoes. Growing potatoes in pots. Now a lot of people these days, rather than grow potatoes as you would traditionally in a row in the garden, grow them in containers, grow them in pots. We've got some early potatoes here, 10 what they call seed potatoes. For those who don't know, if you grow potatoes, you grow them from a potato, an old potato, which is called a seed potato, which is then planted in the ground, and that produces hopefully a multitude of new potatoes later in the season. We've got 10 of these seed potatoes. It's an early variety, which means it's going to crop within about 10 to 12 weeks, and it's called Premier. Never grown it before, no idea what it's like, but we've got 10 young potatoes or seed potatoes to grow in pots. The thing is, we're going to try which growing medium is the best, which type of compost or other medium produces the highest crop. So we've got 10 different pots of growing medium. We've got composted bark, basically just bark chips which have been allowed to rot for a year. We've got green waste from the local authority, which is rotted down, and we normally dig in the ground or use as a mulch. We've got leaves, basically half rotting leaves which fell last autumn, which I just picked up from the corner of the garden. We've got stone scalpings, and that's going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Stone and dust, basically hardcore, which is good for making a path. We've got pure peat. We've got top grade peat-based nursery compost. We've got peat-free compost. We've got best topsoil straight from my vegetable garden. We've got moss from the lawn, and we've got orange builder's sand. Now some of these mediums you wouldn't traditionally grow potatoes in. Have you ever heard of anyone growing potatoes in moss or builder's sand or stone scalpings? Well, we're going to give it a go. What we're going to do, we're going to fill a 10 litre pot, half full, with each of the growing mediums. This is the composted bark. With half full, nice and loose. Then we're going to place the potato on the top of the medium and fill it up to the brim. Now some people, they fill it up with a couple of inches and then add more compost at a later date. We're not going to bother, we're just going to put them all in a full pot, whether it's composted bark, or here we've got the green manure, composted green manure. One potato. No, some potatoes have got more than one little shoot on, doesn't matter. More shoots the better. But if they've only got one shoot, it's not going to make a lot of difference. So this one, the composted green waste. Let's fill the pot nice and loosely to the brim. And we're going to go on down through the row, plant them all. Then they're going to be left outside. They're going to be watered when they need it. They'll all receive the same amount of water. When it rains, of course, that's pretty obvious, but we're going to water them with the hose pipe and hopefully get a fairly consistent amount of water on each pot. They're not going to be fed, they're not going to be sprayed, they're not going to be given any other treatment other than leave them outside in average, hopefully English spring conditions, and then in about 3 months' time, probably early middle of June, we're going to turn each pot upside down and see which growing medium produces the highest crop of potatoes. It should be, of course, the specially formulated nursery compost or the quite expensive peat-free compost that I bought from the local garden centre, but it could be the builder's sand, could be the moss, could even be the rotted leaves, the bark, or, surprise, surprise, the stone scalpings. So I'm going to finish planting in a moment, then I'm going to leave them outside, give them water, leave them outside, and we'll see the results in about 3 months' time. So don't forget to tune back in again early middle of June when I harvest my potatoes and we weigh them and we see which growing type type of compost, which medium produces the best crop of early potatoes. So watch this space. Thank you.